All right. So, first off, today's Monday. Supposed to have a double session. It's MLK Day. I didn't have work, and to be honest, my whole day just got thrown off. So today will be a long session, which I need to actually fix the timer. Let's do it before I forget. 1:45:00. No, 1:15. That would be insane. So first off, this is going to probably feel like an eternity today because I never do sessions over 45 minutes. But that's okay. It's a one-off. We'll suffer through it. Second, yesterday was like an awful time. Was very frustrated. I don't know why. I just had no patience. So today, I don't know. As I thought about it last night and today, I was like, this is bullshit. I'm here to learn. There is something to learn here. Like, the project is not making me write all these if statements. It's my poorly designed implementation that is doing that. So like yesterday, I was saying I just want to pass this so I can move on. I'm not doing that. I'm going to rewrite this so that the implementation makes sense, it's easy to follow, or at least I'm going to try and do that. But like, this is obviously terrible code, right? So anyway, that's all I really wanted to talk about is mostly that I'm doing the wrong thing here. I lost sight of the goal, and that's to learn. I can learn something here. I just have to try. Like, you know, I learned this, right? The contract. So anyway, let's start, I guess. Let's deal with this. So let's think about what we're doing, I guess, from a high level, and then let's drill down into it to say, like, what could probably be better. I have some ideas already, but let's just look at it. So the first thing we do is build the map. And to be honest, I think this is okay, right? Like, we need to kind of store all this information somewhere. The one thing I am thinking is that the conversion could probably have more information on it, right? Like, I have a conversion type, which helps me determine if it's a valid conversion, but maybe it would be worth storing like an identifier, right? Like, we were using singular name, but like maybe we just kind of double up and do val id string equals that, and then all of these need to. In fact, I think I could do this by doing this. How do I do the constructor again? We'll make the singular name the ID also. That's one thing we could do. And why is that better? Because or maybe we should do enums. Like right now, I mean, like the description says, we're doing lots of string comparisons. And this isn't even the major portion of it, right? Somewhere there's more tedious. I think. Here, we're doing like target, singular, convert, Kelvin, right? All this stuff. But something we could also do is that on conversion weight, like, okay, so we have a conversion rate. I wonder if we just make this more specific, right? Okay, let's take a step back. We have one conversion, we have the type. We also have a rate, but that's not really useful when the type is temperature. What would be useful for temperature is, we'll call it label. Label is a string, and that's, we'll just say degrees. Something like this. Singular name, plural name's fine, I think. Like, you see what happened is I started going down this path where I stored helpful information on the conversion, and then I stopped doing that. And that's when things got mostly out of hand. So anyway. Okay, let's solve one problem at a time. First off, one more thing to talk about before we start attacking problems. We have this we have a parse input, right? This parse input has a ton of information for us, that we might be able to leverage, right? So we have this parsed unit that has amount, source, and target. We could get more signal here if we add labels. So like the input might just tell us it's degrees. You know, it's like we could do something here. Okay. So let's think about it. What are we doing multiple times that we can kind of eliminate? A big one is whether or not the target conversion is Kelvin. And if the target version is Kelvin, we have no label. And if we do have Kelvin, we have a label. Okay, we could go one step further, actually. So this is no longer data class. It's just going to be a class. And then we'll have print print. Let's just call it units. Is this, and then you could do, let's check. I can't actually remember a source. Yeah, okay. Formatted output. Okay, so this will give us a string. So something else we're not doing, let's do amount int. Right, so to do a function that prints the conversions units correctly. Okay, so based on the type, based on the amount, I can get this is where the ID would come in. Okay, so we probably don't need a label. And this would also, if I add an ID here, Okay, there's a few helpful functions I think we could put in here. The first is did I start the timer? Yeah. Okay, I need to record this. I need a better process here so that I don't lose track of what I'm doing. So we're gonna start a to-do list, and actually here, let's just do it right on the class, and we will write the to-dos right here, and we can go write the code afterwards. So what I'm imagining is like I parse the input, which I know I can do already, and then once I have the input, I have the values, I can create this conversion. I pull them in, and this conversion has helper functions on it. So right now, I have this convert temp here, but what if this was a method on the conversion where the conversion ID would be Kelvin and I want to get to Celsius, right? Would it make sense to have each one of these be a method on the conversion? So like all the math would be within conversion. And then the only other thing I would have to add there is this, right? Convert to common. I would call this method convert to common unit, convert from common unit. Because we always convert to meters then out of meters is basically what we're doing here, or is it kilogram? I can't remember. Grams to out of grams. Okay. Oops. Let's just minimize this. So that's what I'm thinking here is like specific helper functions. So to a function that calculates the current, maybe I need to rename this, but we'll call it conversion to a target conversion. So, and that would look like fun convert to, this will be target, which will be a conversion, and this is going to be an int, right? It'll be the converted rate. So we'll just return 0 for now. Convert to common. Convert from common unit. I can't remember. Okay. And then if you think about it, like not if you think about it, I don't think there's any other way to do this besides this kind of maybe this just becomes a method, right? Does this make sense? Maybe what we should focus on first is the units instead of the math. So maybe we don't need this. I'm just like wasting time right now. Alright, let's start with the printing of stuff, and then we can clean up. Because other parts work, it's the strings that are totally destroying me. Alright, let's start there then. We need a print units function, and return string, right? So now in here, we're going to get an amount, and we need to decide first if this dot type equals conversion temperature. Then we need to do one thing. So val output bar output equals an empty string. So now if it's a temperature, do I need this? Like if I did this. This is double. Then so if it's a temperature, we can consolidate this, right? Okay, so that adds degrees or degree if we need it. Well, also the first thing we need too is amount. We'll need a space here. Okay. Mutable list of. This is how I would do it in JavaScript. I don't know if this is a reasonable way to do it here. wonder. Okay, so I just called that function twice. Can I do output.add? Can I like call this like this and pass something in here? Maybe it needs to be so I don't have to call output add twice is basically all I'm trying to do. Just kind of be interesting. Also, I have this backwards. Okay, so something else I don't like here is I'm using singular names still. I don't want that. I can't remember how to do a constructor. An explicit one. Conversion. Let's just leave it alone for a second and finish this function here. Okay, so now this has multiple, so this will just be output.join to string with a space in between. So that should be, I don't have to worry about that, like whether or not it's here. So we have that. You see, now I need to do that check again. So let's do this. Val is plural equals amount equals 1.0 or amount is singular. Amount equals negative 1.0. Okay, so we can take it, so now if is singular. And then here, if is singular, output.add singular name, else output.add plural name, right? So I think this is going to be a lot closer. I think this is going to be a lot closer. So I need to like start over here. Get rid of this, and then maybe not all of it. Let's grab this, and then amount source units is converted target units. So what's source units again? Oh, so this is, we don't need this, and the amount comes here. Okay, so what I would do here is print, no, source conversion dot print units amount is target conversion dot print units converted. Okay, let's try this real quick. See, because I know most other pieces of this are working unless I broke it last night, in which case we'll find out shortly here. Parser, yeah, it's like already not working. Okay, put this back at the top so I know what's going on. We'll figure that out in a minute. Enter what you want to convert. So I want 1 degree Celsius to kelvins. 1 degree Celsius is 274 kelvins, no degrees, cool. Let's now go from 1 kilometer to feet. 1 kilometer is 300. That looks correct. 3 pound, 2 ounces. Conversion, okay, it's somewhat broken, but you knew about that. 1 degree Fahrenheit. Here, this is good. Kelvin to Celsius. Degrees Celsius, okay. Dude, I don't know what was wrong with me before, but this is a lot better. So this can go away actually now. And all of this, I think, can go away. Right? I don't need all this crazy stuff. I also don't need these checks anymore. Temp enum, I don't know what this is used for. We're not using it, so remove it. Oops. Also not using these. Okay, so that's a little bit better. Now there's some problems still, and I think, dude, I don't know what was wrong with me the past few days. I just was not thinking. I like that's just already so much better. Okay, now the other one here was get invalid input, right? This has some crazy stuff going on. That's good. Here. Oh, interesting. I wonder. Okay, so I'm doing some crazy stuff here that my new functions should help a lot with. I can get rid of most of this code, I think. Basically anything that's like if all I need is this in the end. But what about okay, so I have a feeling there's a way to make this even more general so that it works for the invalid input too. Um, I really made a mess here. Alright, so let's start, I think, by cleaning this up. Alright, so first off, let's eliminate this. I don't like this. We'll figure out a different solution for that in a second. I wonder if I can do when oh, but I need to return actually. Yeah, see, it doesn't really work here. I'm also not sure it's better. To target conversion and plural name. So I have this print units. Maybe we have like a fun print generic. Is this always plural name? It looks like every single instance is plural name, but sometimes I need degrees, right? Let's do it, right? Let's get this stuff together here. So I think it's always degrees though. So if it's this one, so let's actually I don't need all that. I think I just need this. So if this return degrees plural name think this is better. Because now don't I know at this point that okay, so now I think I can remove all of this. I'm almost positive I can remove all of this to do, because I check for temperature and Kelvin. And what am I doing in both of these? So conversion type, if it's not the two right types, the type is temperature. And the source conversion, oh, or the target conversion. Yeah. I can get rid of all this. Remove this for a second. Don't like it. Okay, it's a little bit cleaner. This goes away, right? We're not doing that. That looks better. Okay. So we have some helpful methods now. Should make this a little bit more achievable. Okay, so there's some other things wrong with the input. It's going to be something here, but let's start looking at it now. It's still not quite as clean as I think it could be. There's some more stuff we can do, but I really want to focus on this printing first. Oh. I am reminded of something I read a while back. It was like a little book. It was like an inspiration book or something. The guy was really liked Marcus Aurelius, and something he always talked. The book was called "The Obstacle Is the Way." It's not an obstacle in the way. It's the thing that's blocking you is the thing you need to solve in order to make progress. Yeah. Uh, like, do you see what I just did? You know, like I just thought about it for a little bit longer and changed my attitude, and it helped a lot. I actually finished the project, right? Like I just did that. Okay, so let's see. I still have a good amount of time left. Which I'm actually, wait, so 34 minutes left? That means I would have finished in a 45-minute session. I like that. Okay. I'm not doing that one. Unit converter. Oh, there's still so many. Number-based converter. Alright, we will do this. We will start on this tomorrow. Oh, look at that. There's some stuff to look at. But I want to spend a little bit more time. Like, I don't love this code here. I'm not really proud of it. I'm thinking there's more we could do with it. So this seems a bit overdone, right? Let's see. I think I had it for parse input. Let's fix this. Is degree or degrees? I pass it in here. I like the way I accomplished this. I think this is a good function. I also like what it's doing, right? Let's move. Oh, you know, now I'm realizing I only have a few functions here. We build the conversions. This is all just hard-coded stuff, right? We get is invalid input. Wonder what is. Wonder if I should change this to length then. I don't think that's how you spell it. this up. So the reason I did this is because now what I can do is if right? A little bit cleaner there. Check again. I could further simplify this actually, I think. So, what if I did val source generic equals target conversion, sorry, source conversion dot print generic units, and then it's right? I like that. Target generic is target conversion. Oop, sorry. And now look what I can do. If source conversion equals null or target conversion equals null, then print line do this, and then this becomes source oops. Boom. I think this will work. Let's see. That should, right? It should cover all the cases. Wow, okay. Man, I really just was not thinking about what I was doing before, huh? Oh, and then this also gets simplified to source generic, and this should be simplified to target generic, and even further, this actually or, and we can remove this, I think. Nice. And then let's just do like a we can leave it there, I guess. Wow. So now we have literally 2 spots, and to be honest, we could probably, no, because it's different print statements, it's different messages. Let's leave it at that. Okay. Okay. I like that a lot. Okay, so that's progress. So that's the get is invalid input. Now what are our inputs here? We have a source conversion, target conversion, and amount. And now I'm wondering if this is get is invalid input. The other place we have validation is if parsed input equals null. Then we print here. I don't like that, right? So we have 2 areas. Let's see. We get the input, we check if it's exit, fine. Maybe we even extend here. I know this probably seems verbose, but I think a consistent implementation would have a little bit of extra stuff here just so that, just for consistency. So we so no val exit boolean. So we raw input dot split if query equals, wait, we map, so if query 0 equals exit, then we let's see. Oh, I see what I was doing before. I was returning null. So parsed input's not, I'm not gonna lie, that seems a little bit better than setting let's go look at what I did again. Oh, I don't guarantee. I do guarantee it there. I guess what I was thinking is that like consistency would be exit, right? And then this would need to come down. And on top of that, I would need to account for it here. data class parsed input. And now what happens to the rest of this? How do I get a parse error then? You see, it's a little bit more difficult than I thought it would be. I guess it's not incorrect for me to say these are optional though, right? Is it like this? Like this isn't wrong. Like there is a valid command that they are not going to be defined. So then, so you would get rid of this, I think. Down here, if parsed input equals null print line parsing error. If, how else do you get a parsing error? How is this working? Like, I wonder if I can say interesting. So you would do so what I would do here is sealed class parsed input. No. Just hide this for a second. And then data class exit input val exit boolean parsed input. data. Wow. Okay. Data class. Valid conversion input, and then it's val amount double, val source string, val target string, and then we need parsed. It's a space. Dot how do I now use it, right? Like this should give me one. Oh, I wonder if I could do else parsed is. What does the is? So this looks basically like the same thing. How much time do I have? 10 more minutes. I can get this done here. What's like the last thing I need to do? Basically, how do I signal? Oh shit. So we would do when I like that. Okay, so this is kind of interesting, right? I can like I don't think I can do this in TypeScript. Super interesting. Like I can basically cast it. I wonder what this runs. You know what I mean? This feels the way my understanding of TypeScript works is like it basically is looking at your code before it runs. Maybe it does it strips out all the types, but once your code is running, it's just JavaScript. This, because the types are built in, like I can signal that this will be this type afterwards. What's interesting to me is like, what does this look like in code, like during execution? Does it do nothing and it's only for IntelliJ? I wonder if I can you tell me how this code works? I'm gonna ask it. Let's see if it knows. Is there something I can remove right now? I don't see anything. But I did successfully. Oh wait, let's. Okay. Before I get into this, let's make sure it still works, right? What if it doesn't work? Okay, fuck yeah. So, oh shoot. Where's like my conversation? How does this code work? Okay, when expression, yeah, is parsed exit input branch is checks whether parsed input is an instance of the exit input class or subclass. If the check is true, the code executes the corresponding branch. Return in this case. This typically exits the current function or loop. Else branch, if parsed input is not parsed input, falls into the false else branch. Inside the else branch, as this is an explicit cast using as. It asserts that parsed input is of conversion input. If the cast fails, is not of type will be thrown. Okay, so let's save cast, right? I think it was, this is probably good practice, right? Oh, okay, let's leave it alone. Okay, so this isn't the best code. Actually, let's see how much this can actually tell me. Under the hood. I wonder if this will work. Oh, interesting. So if I do this, it's kind of the same problem that I had before. Okay. Okay, I think the last piece here, I only have a few minutes left. Maybe I'll even do this next time. The last piece that might be worth, like, I've already messed with the input. This could probably be cleaned up even more. I could probably do this. Can I do this? Can I do this off of an object? Does this still work? Really just experimenting with syntax right now. Okay, that's kind of nice. Something I'm thinking of here though is also this right here. I don't love this. And what might be interesting I could probably just pull this out and put it into a function, right? This is one line. The rest of it is the temperatures. And then it's just one when statement, yeah. So like instead of convert temp, we do fun converter. And it's literally this, right? And we can rip all of this, we'll put it here, we'll edit. Oh, jeez, so loud. Let's just. I think I can kind of do something here quickly. If let's see. If source if it's not a temperature, then we just need to do this. We just need to return it. And then I think I can just do convert source target well. And then let's see, this goes away. Let's just make sure it still works. Okay, so we get rid of this. It's a little bit. So now all the conversion, all of the math is in one spot. I like that a lot more. Okay, so I think there's something to clean up here, I bet. I don't know what, to be honest. I think this is fine for the most part, but I bet there's something we could do in here. Like when target singular name, like, is there a way to have one if statement here? Or I guess one when statement. What you could do is like val Kelvin to Celsius equals source dot singular name and target dot singular name, right? You could do that, and you do each combo, right? So this is Kelvin to Celsius, Kelvin to Fahrenheit. I did the EHT thing again, and then you would do Fahrenheit to Celsius, and then Fahrenheit to Kelvin, and then Celsius to Kelvin, and Celsius to Fahrenheit, right? Kelvin to Fahrenheit, and then this is Fahrenheit, this is Kelvin, This is Fahrenheit to Celsius, not Kelvin. This is Fahrenheit to, this one is Kelvin. This one is, this is Celsius. Oops. I don't know what's going on. Now Celsius to Fahrenheit's done, but this one is Kelvin. So now that it's like this, you could just do when right, and now I can list them all one at a time. And then there's probably a way you can also clean these statements up. Something I could do is like source dot is Kelvin, is Fahrenheit. Seems like overkill. So Kelvin, Celsius, Kelvin, Fahrenheit, Fahrenheit, Celsius, Fahrenheit, Kelvin, Celsius, Kelvin, Celsius, Fahrenheit. I think that's all the mappings. So then you would put each one in here and do what that's Kelvin to Celsius. You literally just do this all the way down. And you can add some spaces in here just to keep it a little bit cleaner. Fahrenheit to Celsius. Fahrenheit to Kelvin. And then Celsius to Kelvin. And Celsius to Celsius to Kelvin, and then Celsius to Fahrenheit. I think I can get rid of all this now. We could probably add this here and just do when source type does not equal temperature. This goes away. Leave that there for now, and then finally else amount, and then return. Let's try this real quick. Okay, so the last thing can you have multi parameter when statement? Wait, what? How does this work? Wait, so it would be... Wait, using... Wow, look at this, bro. I'm so happy I asked about this. I think it's like this. Whoa, dude. And then it's... What's the syntax? Wow. Oh, and you know what you could do? Spent all that time. Oh no! I... Fuck, what did I do? Bring this back. Shit, why doesn't it work? It's so nice. Okay, so I guess we can have one if statement then. If back to good. See, that's weird to me though, right? Like, shouldn't this still work? Alright, whatever. This is like way better than before. I did not know about this syntax. That's sick. Alright, I need to get off here. Maybe I'll take one more pass at this. I'm super happy I did this. Feeling much better about it. And I'm even wondering if there's more to do here. Okay. Cool. Turned a very late session into something productive. I'm happy with that.